Hi friends, welcome back to the channel. Today you are going to be an expert in understanding the differences between a database, data lake, and data warehouse, which allow you to decide which one is better for your organization needs. This topic is very easy to understand, so let's get started. We will start with a database. Unlike other data sources the organization might have, such as system log files, Excel files or images, database is a place to store and retrieve transactional data very fast, and it's mainly used by applications and developers. For example, an organization might have a CRM application which stores and retrieves data from the database. When adding a new customer in the CRM application, this information is stored in the database. A database is characterized by its ability to update or retrieve specific information quickly from a huge amount of data due to its special data structure. An organization might have several databases, one for each application, but it also can have other data sources such as log files, Excel files, or images. Unlike a database that contains only a portion of all organizational data, the data lake and data warehouse are places for copying and potentially centralizing all of the organization's data. While database is optimized for applications that use transactional processing, such as updating customer records as fast as possible, data lake and data warehouse are optimized for applications that use analytical processing, which handles large amount of data in one query, such as comparing the overall income of this year compared to last year. Analyzing the integrated data using BI reporting tools can provide valuable insights for decision making, allowing organizations to understand how their data has changed and how they can improve their operations in the future. Because database is optimized for transactional processing, running a query that involves large amount of data will return results much slower, stressing database resources and slowing down applications that use a database. This is one reason why organizations prefer to copy all their data to another location such as data lake or data warehouse so they can perform all heavy queries there without overloading their databases and slowing down their application users. The data in the database is always live and up to date, but the freshness of the data within the data lake and data warehouse is based on the frequency of data copy processes. It can be near real time, it can be once a day, or sometimes it can be once a month. Now we will discuss what are the differences between data lake and data warehouse. By the way, if you are new here, my name is Avi and I'm a technological leader at Nogami. On this channel we discuss data architecture in the cloud or on-premise and up-to-date design patterns and best practices. So if you are interested in these topics and want to become an expert, be sure to hit the subscribe button and hit the bell button to get notifications of each new video I upload. So what makes the differences between a data lake and a data warehouse? Unlike a data warehouse, when copying the data from the data sources to the data lake, no changes are made. This means that the same data and the same data structure are preserved. The data lake supports both structured data such as tables and unstructured data such as JSON, Parquet, PDF or audio files. This data is called raw data because it was gathered by the source applications before it has been further processed, cleaned or analyzed. Raw data in a data lake does not yet have a particular purpose, but is retained in case it is deemed relevant for future use. For example, the data lake is a good data source for machine learning and artificial intelligence, as they mainly consume raw data for training their models. When all raw data is centralized in one place, it also allows organizations to analyze their data and gain valuable insights for decision making. But because we are analyzing raw data, there are many shortcomings that cause difficulties in analyzing the data and sometimes produce incorrect results. 1. Raw data quality and consistency are poor. Several examples are A. Having duplicate records, B. Non-unified formats such as date fields, uppercase and lowercase differences, inconsistent naming conventions. This makes the comparison difficult. C. Missing values in fields. D. Unvalidated data such as wrong data types, range, or patterns. 2. There might be different terminology, such as shopper, buyer, or consumer, to refer to the same concept. This will create ambiguity and make it difficult to combine and analyze data, leading to inconsistent results and inefficient decision making. 3. Multiple sources of truth. This refers to a situation where there are multiple versions of the same information and it's not clear which version is correct or authoritative. In such cases, there can be confusion, disagreements, and errors due to the lack of a single authoritative source. Another shortcoming for using a data lake for analytical purpose is that because it is difficult to analyze data that its quality and consistency are poor, this job requires the expertise of developers, data scientists or data engineers. Managers and business end users looking for insights will need to rely on these experts. This is where a data warehouse is coming into play. Unlike a data lake that keeps the raw data, data warehouse keeps the same data, but after it was processed and transformed into predefined data analytical model. The transformation to the analytical data model includes two major steps. One, data cleaning. This step improves the data quality and consistency. It handles duplicate records, non-unified formats, missing values, and it validates the data. Two, data transforming. This step translates the data into a single terminology and a single source of truth. It is also changing the structure of the data for analytical purposes. This can include techniques such as data denormalization, indexing, and partitioning, which can significantly improve query performance compared to traditional transactional databases. Finally, it also stores summarized or aggregated data, which can be queried more efficiently than raw transactional data. This reduces the amount of data that need to be processed, improving query performance and reducing the time it takes to generate results. This process is called ETL, E for extracting the data from the data sources, T transforming it into an analytical model, and L loading it to the data warehouse after the data is in its final form. More about ETL and ELT strategies for moving and transforming the data from the data sources into the data warehouse is covered in another video I made. I will put a link in the description below. Because the data quality and consistency in the data warehouse are improved and because it is restructured for analytical purposes, it is much more usable for analytic and reporting than a data lake. 1. The results are much more accurate because the data quality and consistency are improved. 2. It is much easier and faster to generate reports due to the simplification of the analytical data model. This is also allowing managers and business end users to get insights through BI reporting tools without relying on developers, data scientists, or data engineers. 3. There is a single terminology. This ensures that the data is unambiguous and consistent, and that everyone within the organization has a shared understanding of the meaning of the data. This is also enabling communication and collaboration across different departments and stakeholders within the organization. 4. There is a single source of truth. This eliminates the risk of conflicting or inconsistent data and ensures that everyone in the organization is working with the same information. There are several shortcomings of using a data warehouse over a data lake. 1. Because the data should be structured in an analytical model, it takes more time to design and develop the ETL process. In contrast, when using a data lake, you just simply copy the raw data as it is. 2. The pricing of having a data warehouse is higher than a data lake. 3. Because we're transforming the raw data to our analytical needs, if we want to add machine learning or artificial intelligence in the future, we don't have centralized raw data to work with. Okay, it's now time to sum things up. If you are interested in creating an organizational culture of using data for decision making, it is better to have a data warehouse that holds clean and validated data that is best structured for analytical purposes. Using a BI tool on top of this data model will allow managers and business end users to find insights much easier. But if your organization wants to centralize large amount of raw data and it does not yet have a particular purpose, or if it wants to prepare the infrastructure for machine learning and artificial intelligence, or just do simple analytics on uncleaned raw data, you should use a data lake. Some organizations have both needs. They are using a data lake for cheap place to store and centralize all their organization raw data, while also transforming partial of the raw data to a data warehouse for analysis and decision making. Now that you know the differences between a data lake and a data warehouse, you can decide which one is better for your organization's needs. If you have questions or you have something good to say, use the comments, I always check them and I will give you a quick answer. If you got value from this video, do please drop a like on the video. Also, I recommended you to hit the subscribe button and hit the bell button to get notification of each new video I upload. It is very useful for you to be updated with the best practices I teach that helps a lot to your overall data solution. If you like this video, you might check out the video over there which explains the top 10 advantages of using a data warehouse. I also put some useful links related to this topic in the description below. Be sure to check them out. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.